I like my husband's chair. So yeah, they made an announcement that part 3 of Sailor Moon Crystal will commence, and this is the Death Academy arc. I think that's what it's called, where we are introduced to Sailor Uranus, Neptune, Sailor Saturn, and the villains are the Death Academy with Sailor Saturn's father. I am really looking forward to this because if you thought that the third season of Sailor Moon, the original series, was dark, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm really looking forward to it. But there's one thing I need to address. I've been getting some weird comments about my choice for my own personal choice of the most annoying anime characters from our list long ago. Top 10 most annoying characters. It was with our original format. They're trying to be more like a televised top 10 list rather than an internet top 10 list, because we were trying to make a product for TV back then, but then YouTube became its own thing. But yeah, that's why like the first 4 episodes of our top 10 list were live action, and then we tried doing it with the chibis with episode 5, and then we're just like, screw it, we'll just do chibis for YouTube versions with their animated chibis, and we've made history since. But my personal choice, we asked ourselves outside of the top 10 list, which other anime character did we feel that was the most annoying? And I assumed at that time that the majority of the people who watched that list knew how I felt about Uranus and Neptune, the anime version, in which I despised them. I thought they were horrible translations of their original characters from the manga, because in the manga they were awesome, they were incredible characters. And a lot of people accused me of being a homophobe, insensitive, all these weird accusations because I hated Uranus and Neptune. I didn't really give a good explanation why in the top 10 list, because I assumed at the time the majority of the audience watched Sailor March Madness and knew why I hated her. So some of you know why. But the others who don't and really want to know why and haven't watched the top 10 list, just let me explain. I believe that Uranus and Neptune were just bad translations of the manga for the original series, because for some reason these two fell into the trope of the dark, misunderstood superhero that a lot of superheroes were going through during the age, where they were loners, they were misunderstood, and just feeling emo. These two felt that they were the only ones who could complete their mission, that they are willing to kill anybody, sacrifice everything to get the mission done. So that was rather obnoxious of them. It was more of Neptune's thing, and Uranus kind of went along with it. But in the original manga, they were by themselves because they felt it was their fault for the whole situation. That the aliens that crept in from another galaxy was because Uranus and Neptune weren't strong enough to face them when they first went past security, and so they landed on Earth, tried to take care of things by themselves, and when things got out of hand, they're just like, hey, Uranus, Neptune, shit kinda got out of hand, don't worry about it, we're here to fix this, we may have to kill an innocent person, but shit's gonna go down if we don't. We're gonna try to prevent Sailor Saturn's awakening because shit's gonna go down if that happens, so we're sorry about this whole thing. It won't happen again. Just let us take care of it. We just wanted you guys to be safe. And that was okay. That was a good reason as to why they felt they had to handle the situation alone, because they felt it was their fault. It's their job to be on the outskirts of the Milky Way galaxy to make sure no intrusion comes within their barrier. And so Queen Beryl and the Death Moon family were pretty much inside the barrier, which the Death Academy came from outside of the galaxy, and they went past Uranus and Neptune's security, and so they went to Earth to try to fix something they felt was their fault. There was no reasoning in Sailor Moon S. They just felt that they were the only ones to find the talisman, stop the bad guys, and they felt that the Sailor Scouts were a little too liberal to handle the situation, that everything has to be peace and flowers and friendship, so they felt with that mentality that the Sailor Scouts wouldn't be able to handle the situation, which is bullshit. Because Ayo, they saved the world twice from Queen Beryl and from the Dead Moon family. It's like, hello? This isn't the first charade that they've faced against. Why did I use the word charade? I don't know. But it's not the first, end of the world crisis that they had to face. Because, bitch, please. They faced the woman who destroyed their utopian society centuries ago. And they faced against future enemies who were twice as strong, twice as threatening. They were trying to invade both times. The future and the past. So, don't look at these girls and assume they don't know what they're doing. Trust them. And it's not the first time that it's happened. Like, in Sailor Moon Stars, when Sailor Moon and the Starlights were about to become friends and work together, Uranus and Neptune steps in saying, we don't know you, we don't trust you, you stay the hell away from our princess. And I'm just like, what are you doing? They were gonna work together. Why are you assuming that they're bad guys? Because they're Sailor Scouts, even though the main villain is a bad Sailor Scout. But they're there to find their princess, and they're trying to make sure Earth doesn't suffer the same way they did. So they just felt like anything outside of the Earth should never be trusted, even though they're good. They were so annoying. I have nothing against them as a couple. They are adorable as a couple, especially in the manga. They're so freaking adorable. And there's another contrast between the manga version and the anime version. In the anime version, when Hotaru becomes a little baby, she's taken over to Professor Tomo until Pluto senses that she needs to be used again, so she takes the baby from Professor Tomo, which I just love that. Hi, Hotaru. Bye, Professor Tomo. And when she presents the baby to Uranus and Neptune, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you realize what you're doing? This is Saturn. Why the fuck is she here? So they are really tense about her, even though they know she's a good kid. Hotaru's a sweetheart, and she knows that her powers can be very destructive, but hey, maybe a new transformation, she can get something new and not be as deadly. But they know she's a sweet kid, and they only need her in case of emergencies, so why did they have to act so paranoid? In front of this little baby. In front of sweet, innocent Hotaru, who they tried to kill multiple times in the 3rd season. In which, in the manga, they felt they had to because they knew her awakening would destroy the Earth. That's why they tried several times to kill her. But when she awakened and Earth was in its destructive form, Sailor Moon arises as the Messiah, saves the world, as everything's good. So they know she's a good kid. They know that if her powers get out of hand, Sailor Moon's going to take control of the situation. So while Professor Tomo is dead, and here's baby Hotaru, the three of them just look at each other, just like, parenthood! And they were so excited to raise her. It's like, oh, she's a little baby, we're going to take care of her. And they were awesome parents. Not that I'm saying that, once baby Hotaru started growing in the anime, they were just like, well, I guess we're going to raise her. And that scene where Hotaru's like, Haruka papa, Michiru mama. And I'm just like, oh, you're so cute. And Setsuna mama. I'm like, Haruka papa's adorable. But it's just, they are just so tense and paranoid over things they don't understand, things they don't trust. And the one unforgivable thing that happened in Season 3 was when they found out where the talisman is, they feel that if Sailor Moon and the Sailor Scouts get involved, shit's gonna hit the fan, and they're gonna lose the talisman. So what's the one logical thing that Uranus and Neptune do? They steal the silver Imperial crystal from Sailor Moon. They're just like, you're gonna get in our way, you're gonna mess things up, it's ours now. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? You don't do that. You don't do that. That is the silver Imperial crystal. You do not do that. Don't do that. And to think the two of them are so arrogant to think that they can handle this bad guy on their own. When Neptune gets bam, killed. Doi! Take the Sailor Scouts with you! You're stronger together! Even though killing them was the only way to get the talismans, but still, that was so arrogant of them to think that they're the only ones who can solve the problem. And that they kept that attitude throughout the majority of Season 3, and even in Stars when they didn't trust the Sailor Scouts. It's just... they were so annoying in the anime, but that's why I am so happy to hear about Sailor Moon Crystal Season 3. because the manga versions of Uranus and Neptune were amazing. They were perfectly chill. They were lovable characters. I'm interested to see how they're going to handle Tuxedo Uranus, where they explained how Uranus can adapt to both forms of male and female. And whenever she needs to, she can borrow a bit of male form, female form. She's mostly female, but she can transform into a man. And I'm just like, okay, this is fascinating. That's part of her powers, to borrow from both strengths. It's a very fascinating thing when you think about it, especially with politics nowadays. She could be like a true icon to transgenders and, you know, people in her predicament, that she could be like an icon to them. And that's something I'm looking forward to in Sailor Moon Crystal, just seeing the real Uranus and Neptune. And if it translates well, if Toei Animation can translate them well enough that they are perfect replicas of the manga, I will take them away as my personal choice of most annoying characters. I don't know who will replace them. I might just still keep it as the first Uranus and Neptune. But the manga version, and hopefully the Sailor Moon Crystal version of Uranus and Neptune, oh my god, that's gonna be awesome to see them again the way that they were supposed to be, because they were cool characters. Uranus, a helicopter just crashed into your apartment. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Fine. It's fine. Helicopter crashed in my house. Whatever. They were such chill characters in the manga. And I hope that the series continues onwards, because Super S was the most brilliant segment in the manga. It was unbelievable. I loved every second of it. And Sailor Moon Stars, to see Sailor Scout versus Sailor Scout in a bloodbath war. Oh my god. I can't wait. So I'm happy to hear that Sailor Moon Crystal is continuing on to the third season. I'm not sure how the artwork will be, especially with how they're treating Dragon Ball Super. Now's the time to run away, Digimon. Run away, Digimon! But story-wise, they're doing a good job. It may seem rushed, but the manga was rushed. And I like their characters a little bit more in this season as compared to the first season. So I'm looking forward to seeing Uranus and Neptune, the real versions, in Sailor Moon Crystal Season 3. So that's my take. I'm super happy. I can't wait to see my baby, Sailor Saturn. Coming up next, I was going to do a review of Attack on Titan, the movie, but a lot of things kept popping up in September, hence why we only released 3 videos this month, because I got remarried. I had to make it official here in Australia. I had to go through school holidays at my new job, which is Luna Park, and that's been really, really, really busy. It's a lot of fun working there, but it's a lot of hours. It's very tiring, and I just come home and just crash my pillow like, I'm supposed to make a video, I'm tired. So when school holidays clears up, then I should be able to get back to making more videos for you guys. And also, I had to deal with a convention called Oz Comic Con. I had to make some posters and sell them. We did a really good job. A lot of people came and recognized me from my channel, and it was awesome. But yeah, a lot of things have been happening in September. Just settling down, getting remarried, going to Oz Comic Con, getting a job, and dealing with the job. So a lot has happened, but I'm going to save the Attack on Titan movie review for October, because we're doing a lot of Halloween themes in October, and Attack on Titan relates to Halloween because it's a horror action, and it's just one more video, because I edited the audio. I just had to put in the footage, and the video's done, so you're going to get that video soon. But October, we're going to release a lot of videos. I'm going to do a review of Soul Eater, because a lot of you have been asking for that, so a Soul Eater review is on the way. I'm going to do a comparison between Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate, see which one's better, if there is a decision for that. Possibly one more if I have the time, but the main thing I want to be focusing on is my top 10 list. I was supposed to do top 10 goriest animes, but there were so many titles that were nominated. And the majority of them were Tokyo Ghoul, Another, Attack on Titan, High School of the Dead, Higurashi, Elfen Lied, the typical stuff that a lot of new kids know about. But then I looked at the titles of the 80s and the 90s. Wow. Those titles, the newer titles that get mentioned a lot. Higurashi, Attack on Titan, Elfen Lied, Tokyo Ghoul, Uncensored. Uncensored or not, Tokyo Ghoul Uncensored has nothing compared to the 80s and the 90s. If you have a weak stomach, like if you think you can handle Tokyo Ghoul Uncensored, I am not sure you can handle the shit that went down in the 80s and the 90s. They went gore-tastically happy in those days. There were intestines and spines ripping out and limbs being torn apart, and oof. I think watch Blood Sea, and if you can handle Blood Sea, then try a crack at the 90s and the 80s titles. So I need to watch all of those first, lucky me. So that list is going to be put on hold for later. And for now, we are going to be doing, possibly, if I have time, 2 top 10 lists, because it's Halloween, why not? First one being top 10 mad scientists. Characters that are scientists, they're kooky, they're mad, whether they're good or evil, if they fit in the category of mad scientists, nominate them down below. And the one that we're going to do, if we have time, is going to be a very hard list to do. Top 10 most evil villains. This could be very controversial, could be, like, why wasn't this person in there, why wasn't this person in there, so make your suggestions down below, like us on Facebook, make some suggestions. So which scientist should make the list, which mad scientist should make the list, and who do you think is the most evil villain in anime? So we're debating ourselves which one should make the list, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see if we have time to do that one. But yeah, October's going to be full of Halloween videos. Megan says she's going to be working on 2 videos. I think one for Battle Blockade, Battlefront Blood Blockade. I think that's what it's called, the Triple B. She's going to review that, and possibly she just watched the entire season of Diabolic Lovers in English, so she has something to say about that. You thought me and Ellie were joking around with our drinking game? Well, there was a reason for that, and Megan's going to explain why. So if she has time for that, there'll be a Diabolic Lovers season review. And Shannon, she will try, if she has time, to review Monster Musume. So yeah, we have Soul Eater review, Hellsing vs. Hellsing Ultimate, the Triple B review, Diabolic Lovers, Monster Musume, and possibly 2 top 10 lists with top 10 mad scientists and top 10 most evil villains of anime. So, and if we have time for one more, I know I'll be getting a lot of requests to review Blue Exorcist, so if I have time, I will do my very best to make that video for you guys. So in the meantime, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our channel, write down below which mad scientists and which evil villain do you want to see put on the list. Let us know what you think about Sailor Moon season. They're calling it season 3, even though technically it's season 2, because they did the first 2 arcs in season 1. So this is season 2/3, where it's the second season of Sailor Moon Crystal, but it's the 3rd arc. So let us know how you feel about that. Got any comments, questions, concerns? Leave us a comment down below. I may do a Q&A in the future as well. So thank you all so much for watching. Love you guys like crazy. Also suggest what we should do for 200,000 subscribers. It's crazy how our channel's been up here for years, and we hit 100,000 subscribers in May, and it's October. It's going to be October when we hit 200,000 subscribers. So it's like 5 months later, we get another 100,000 subscribers. So you guys are awesome. Let us know what you think we should do to celebrate. So thank you all so much for watching. Like us, subscribe to us, and stay tuned to Anime America. Love you guys. Hey, we got a website. You should check it out. Link is in the description box down below. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, so follow us. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe to Anime America Podcast for more awesome reviews. If you're interested in anything of pop culture, check out our other awesome channel, Pop Spectrum. You'll be glad you did. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to Anime America. My god, I'm so kawaii. Desu!